Armin had long ago concluded that the most dangerous thing in deep space was boredom. Not radiation, not hull breaches, not even the station AI that insisted on correcting his grammar mid-sentence. Boredom. It made a man start conversations with machines and lose arguments. Your sentence structure was inefficient, the AI chimed. So is my life, Armin muttered, staring at the endless dark beyond the viewport. The relay station drifted in silence, its only purpose to pass signals no one cared about anymore. Until, of course, something finally cared enough to answer back. It began as a flicker in the system logs. Not an error, not a signal, something in between, like the universe had cleared its throat. Armin leaned forward, frowning. That's new, he said, which in his line of work was the equivalent of shouting fire in a crowded room. Define new, the AI replied. Not boring, Armin said. The lights dimmed. Not dramatically, just enough to suggest intention. The air felt attentive. Then, without warning, she was there. He didn't see her arrive. One moment the room was empty, the next it wasn't. She stood a few steps away, perfectly still, as if she had always belonged to that exact spot. She looked human, too human, except for the long, elegant ears that curved slightly back, catching the faint station light like polished metal. Armin blinked. Okay, he said slowly. Either I finally lost it, or you're very real. I am real, she answered, her voice calm, precise, like each word had been selected from a vast catalog of possibilities. Great, Armin nodded. Good. That's statistically worse. She tilted her head, studying him with an intensity that made him suddenly aware of how little sleep he'd had. You initiated contact. I did not, Armin said quickly. I barely initiate breakfast. You observed the anomaly, she replied. Observation is the first form of invitation. Next time I'll ignore reality entirely, he said. Safer. A pause stretched between them, not awkward exactly, but charged with something unfamiliar. She stepped closer, her gaze unwavering. Armin's heart picked a very inconvenient moment to remember how to beat faster. You may request one alteration, she said. Armin opened his mouth, closed it, then laughed under his breath. Of course I can. Why not? Normal day. Her expression didn't change, but something in her posture shifted, as if the moment mattered more than she let on. He looked at her, really looked this time, and whatever careful, logical response he might have given dissolved completely. All right, he said, exhaling. Then I want to understand you, Armin finished, the words escaping before he could filter them into something safer, something less absurd. Silence followed. Not the usual kind that filled the station, but a sharper one, like reality itself had paused to reconsider its options. You could request power, she said slowly. Longevity. Influence over matter. I can't even influence my sleep schedule, Armin replied. Let's not jump to matter. Her eyes narrowed slightly. Understanding is not a finite alteration. Good, he said. I've always had commitment issues. Another pause. Then, unexpectedly, she stepped closer again. Clarify your parameters. I don't have parameters, Armin admitted. That's kind of the problem. Humans don't come with manuals. We barely come with warranties. That is inefficient, she said. Tell me about it. She raised a hand, not touching him, but close enough that he felt something shift, like a pressure behind his thoughts. The station lights flickered in protest. Hey, Armin said quickly. If you're about to turn my brain into a spreadsheet, maybe give me a heads up? I am observing, she replied. Feels like more than observing. You are unusually disordered, she added. Thank you. I try. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the gravity reversed. Armin yelped as he drifted upward, grabbing onto a console. Okay, that's new. Definitely new. I adjusted local conditions to better perceive your reactions, she said calmly, now floating with perfect balance, as if gravity had always been optional for her. Well, I perceive that I hate this, Armin said, pulling himself back down as gravity snapped into place again. Strongly, passionately, She watched him, something like curiosity deepening in her gaze. Your responses are inconsistent. You express fear, yet remain. Yeah, he said, catching his breath. That's kind of our thing. We panic and stay anyway. Why? Armin hesitated, then shrugged. Sometimes, something's worth being confused for. Her expression shifted, subtle, but real. Your request, she said. It is not logical. No, he agreed. It's not. And yet you chose it. Yeah, he said, meeting her gaze. I did. Another silence, softer this time. Then I will attempt to understand you, she said. Armin blinked. Wait, that wasn't part of the deal. It is now, she replied. He groaned. Great. I asked one impossible thing and got a mutual existential project. Yes, she said. Armin sighed, then smiled despite himself. All right, he said. But fair warning. Humans are complicated. I have noticed, she replied. Give it time, Armin said. It gets worse. Something is wrong, she said. Armin looked up from the console. That's a bold statement. You'll need to be more specific. You are changing, she replied. Yeah, he nodded. It happens. Usually slower and with more bad decisions. No, she said. Faster. Your neural patterns are adapting to my presence. Great, Armin sighed. I finally meet someone interesting and my brain decides to evolve under pressure. The station trembled slightly. Not violently, just enough to make everything feel unstable. I am affecting local reality, she continued. Your request is creating feedback. Of course it is, Armin muttered. Why wouldn't understanding break the universe a little? She stepped closer. If it continues, you will not remain entirely you. Armin leaned back, thinking. Define not entirely. You may lose distinction between your thoughts and mine. He blinked. So, worst case, I start agreeing with you? That is not humor, she said. It is for me. Another tremor passed through the station. This time, the lights flickered harder. Armin exhaled slowly. All right, he said. So we stop it. She hesitated. That would require ending the alteration. Meaning I stop understanding you? Yes. And you stop trying to understand me? Yes. Armin was quiet for a moment, then smiled faintly. That's disappointing. It is necessary. Yeah, he said. We're good at those. She studied him. You are not resisting. I used to, he replied. Before all this. Before you. Now I kind of get it. Get what? That not everything needs to be solved completely, he said. Sometimes, partial understanding is enough. Another silence settled, but this one felt different. Lighter. You have changed, she said. Don't tell anyone, Armin smirked. I have a reputation as a confused idiot to maintain. I will remember you, she said. That's either comforting or terrifying. It is accurate. Armin laughed softly. Fair enough. The air shifted again, but gently this time. He could feel it. The connection fading not abruptly, but like a conversation reaching its natural end. Hey, he said. Yes. I'm glad I didn't ask for something boring. She tilted her head slightly. So am I. Good, he said. Because I was this close to asking for better coffee. That would have been inefficient. Exactly. For a brief moment, neither of them moved. Then she was gone. Armin stood there, staring at the empty space, then looked around the quiet station. The boredom was still there, waiting patiently. He smiled. All right, he said to the silence. Let's see what's new today. Your sentence structure was inefficient, the AI replied. Armin laughed.